Hello, I'm Marielle Gauthier, Certified Executive Leadership Coach with Redverse Communications and Coaching.
And hi, I'm Anita the Passionista Torres, and I'm also a certified executive coach with Passion Powered Leadership Coaching. And we are both here because we've been working with leaders who struggle with imposter syndrome, with a lack of confidence, and a low to no leadership presence. If you can relate, you're not alone. But we would like to share with you our own personal stories of imposter syndrome. So, Marielle, tell us about your imposter syndrome story.
Well, as a solo entrepreneur, Anita, I've definitely struggled with imposter syndrome. I would say that I struggled the most when I started creating and delivering workshops and public speaking. And what I
Mm.
was doing is that I was starting to compare myself to others. I felt I wasn't as good as so and so, or that I would never measure up to so and so because they had so much more experience and certifications than me. And I would often second guess myself with the content I was creating and the presentation that I was creating. And I would be thinking about, well, how would so and so say this? Or, she'd probably say it much better or with more creativity than me.
Yes, I can relate to that so much. Tell me more.
Well, sure, because the negative inner dialogue of judgment and criticism continued. Because when it came time to deliver those presentations and those workshops, my inner critics reared their ugly heads again and said, "What the heck do you know about this topic area? Who are you to say these things? And why should they listen to you? They know more than you." Or the big one for me was, "You're going to bore them." And
Mm.
so much, so many more. So this stressed me out tremendously. And I realized that I had a choice to make. I either had to do something about this toxic inner dialogue, or I had to stop doing this work, which I was not prepared to do. So I did. I did something about those inner critics.
Excellent. What did you do? What happened next?
Well, I decided to coach myself. And the tool I used was to reframe my negative thoughts to more positive thoughts, essentially to flip the script. So I thought about what made me different and unique from other trainers and coaches around me. And I focused on my unique skills, knowledge, and attitude that I brought to my clients. And then once I started doing this, I was better able to manage the negative thoughts, which led me to have more confidence in my leadership presence and in my content.
Wow, that's awesome. What other tools did you use to help you maintain that confidence and that leadership presence?
Great question, because absolutely need to maintain that, right? So I was able to do that once I started working with positive intelligence. That was a game changer for me because the strategies and tools I learned in positive intelligence helped me to become even more efficient and effective. And I know that my inner critics or saboteurs, as they're referred to in positive intelligence, will never go away. But what I've been able to do is to lower their volume. And I find that they are losing their power over me each and every day. I'm more in control of my own thoughts and a lot less stressed.
Excellent. So, do you still get negative thoughts?
Oh, for absolutely, for sure. But I've quickly become aware of them and I'm able to shift to positive thoughts much quicker, spending less time with negative thoughts, and I just get on with my day. So that's
That's
my
excellent.
story. That's my story, Anita. How about yours? What is your
Thank
imposter
you.
syndrome story?
Well, thank you for sharing yours. And yes, for asking about my story. And the interesting thing is, I wasn't aware of this term imposter syndrome 15 years ago. I do remember working with my business coach at the time who helped me create my brand. She gave me a very unique assignment to review all my Kudo emails, cards, testimonials, and even performance evaluations and identify the most used adjective. The most consistent word that came up was passionate. And my coach excitedly said, "That's it. You're Anita the Passionista." Well, I felt that initial excitement, but man, my gut took a deep dive south with dread, saying, I can't go out in public calling myself the Passionista. It took me a whole year, Marielle, to promote my brand because I wasn't ready and I didn't believe it. My coach did encourage me to ask my current clients how they felt about me branding myself as Anita the Passionista. And of course, they responded, hell yeah, that's who you are. Then I got the courage to start branding myself publicly.
Well, I'm not surprised because since I've known you, you're so passionate about coaching. So there's a perfect name for you.
Thank
So
you.
Anita, did you know at the time though, in that year that you were dealing with imposter syndrome?
No, not at all. I didn't know then. Again, I didn't know that term, but I do know now that it was my own imposter syndrome holding me back. It wasn't until I studied Shazad Shamin's work on positive intelligence that I realized my constant negative thoughts and feelings, which, as you said earlier, he calls saboteurs, kept me from many opportunities in life and my career as an entrepreneur.
So how do you manage imposter syndrome now? What do you do?
Mhm. Excellent question. Today, I beat imposter syndrome because I learned to manage those pesky negative thoughts and beliefs about myself. I stopped comparing myself to others, and I now have the confidence and the presence to own my voice and power. We all have saboteurs or inner critics, and they won't go away. We can learn to build our mental fitness muscles to shift quickly from a negative mindset to a positive one.
Well, thank you, Anita. That's a very, very good example of imposter syndrome. So thank you, Anita, the Passionista Torres.
Thanks.
So there you have it, folks. We've been very open and vulnerable with you, sharing our own imposter syndrome stories. We've done our inner and our mindset work, and we're inviting you to do yours at our next workshop. So for more information about our program, please go to our respective websites. If you're in Canada, go to redworkscoaching.com. And if you're in the US, go to passionpoweredleadership.com. So thanks everybody for listening, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.